Hello everybody, I'm George from Ireland. So I am fascinated by ethno-religious minorities, and this is a photo I saw on Wikipedia some time ago about the Zoroastrian community in the United Kingdom. Zoroastrian and Parsi, these words are largely interchangeable. They're often known by the misnomer fire worshippers. They do not worship the flame, they simply look upon the flame to contemplate Ahura Mazda, Lord Wisdom, who is their deity. And excuse my ignorance, I can't remember the name of this language. It's not Hindi, it's not Sanskrit. So, and let's read the English below. In loving memory of Kaikoshuru Kaikobad Puntheki of Bombay, India, a Parsi, student of Christ Church College, Oxford, a member of the Middle Temple in London, died on the 27th September 1880, is it? Age 31 years, 9 months and 23 days. And then got something else. May God rest his soul in heaven. So it's almost illegible, the bottom line of it. So there we go. So what a large and handsome headstone in this graveyard here in London, the Battersea area, very close to Clapham Junction Station. I can't remember the name of this burial place. So there we go. So Middle Temple, that's for barristers. There are 4 inns of courts here: Inner Temple, Middle Temple, Lincoln's Inn and Gray's Inn. And you just join any one of those inns. So Christchurch is part of Oxford University. It's written as 2 separate words, Christchurch. There is a mistake on that. You're not supposed to call it Christchurch College, simply Christchurch, Oxford. And that was, well, is the grandest college in Oxford University. So that was really an astonishing feat for him to get to study there. You had to pass the responsiones to get in until the 1960s, an exam in Latin, Ancient Greek and Maths. Notably, he didn't have to pass an exam in English. And then, so he passed his degree in, I don't know, whatever he was doing at Oxford, and classics was a big part of what they did, but he could have concentrated on science, on mathematics, on modern languages, other humanities subjects, and then called to the bar, as in qualified as a barrister. One of the exams was in Latin, right into the 1950s. So practicing here, he died relatively young. So Mumbai was his birthplace. But the Parsis, they're known as Parsis because they're from Persia, but the language of Persian is Farsi, but Farsi and Parsi, the F and the P, they don't distinguish in that language. They left when they were persecuted by our Mohammedan brethren. They came to India, to Gujarat, asking the king of Gujarat to let them land, who was reluctant to do so, sending them a cup of milk that was filled to the brim to indicate there was no room for them to enter, but they sent it back with sugar to indicate that they would simply sweeten the mixture. They'd improve the land. So they were allowed to disembark, and then they came to reside in Bharat, where they live to this very day. A great majority of all the Zoroastrians in the world live there. Anyway, they moved from Gujarat to Mumbai in great numbers in the 19th century, when that city became the mightiest port in the subcontinent, and they often prospered in trade and got into the learned professions. They embraced the British Raj with fervour. Really, any power was not going to persecute them. They were so few in number, nobody could see them as imperiling their empire, Mughals or anyone else. I don't think any of them were actually critics of the British Raj. All right, that ended and they accepted the Republic of India. But at the apogee of the Britannic Raj, some of them came to study here in the imperial metropolis, like these ones. Dadabhau Nairoji, famously the first man who was a fully Indian stock, elected a member of parliament. There was also a Mr. Dice, who was an Anglo-Indian, a mixed race man, who was elected an MP back in the 1840s, but nobody seems to count him. So there have been many Parsis very distinguished in business, academia, other fields, entertainment. You know, Farrokh Bulsara, better known as Freddie Mercury, who was very gifted at the gay science, that's to say, music. All right, that's enough from me, so please follow on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and book online lessons with me in history, politics, geography, French law, religious studies, citizenship, things like that. And well, yeah, follow me. Please donate most handsomely on PayPal, georgecallahan79@gmail.com. Toodaloo.